Mayday, mayday, baby doll, baby cakes, butterscotch biscuits. Crypto is crashing again for the past 2 years in a row. We've been here too many times before, getting sick and tired of this absolute abomination, trash, scam industry. You piece of garbage, just go up. Or maybe that's exactly what you want me to say so you can start going up. Baby dolls, everyone is capitulating. My blueberry pies are capitulating. My friends are capitulating. Hell, I haven't checked on my neighbor who's still long some Litecoin. I don't know what happens from here when you zoom in. All I can do is tell you, if we switch to a monthly candle, we are having a definitive 7th red September in a row. I mean, surprise, surprise. This is actually the average, by the way. The average was around -3 to -7%. It's actually pretty pathetic because we got way lower returns. So I'm hoping we don't get the downside volatility because that would just suck. So you got a worse bull market, the worst bull market in Bitcoin history, and then, you know, until the next one happens, and you have these red candles still appearing. It's going to be the 3rd monthly red candle, really? Like, oh, this has just been pathetic. And friends, we're also going to speak about some more juicy information here, like regarding BitBoy, but I just want to remind you guys, like, in crypto, don't listen to anybody. Let me tell you something. Being early is everything. You ever heard that saying, winning is winning? You win by an inch, by a mile, from the Fast and the Furious movie? Yes, well, in crypto, in everything, being early is literally everything. Being early. It doesn't matter about the crypto fundamentals. It doesn't matter about Roca Negra's ETF up here. Does it really matter? What has it done for the price? Nothing. Look when Bitcoin gave you the biggest price of all time. The biggest price pumps in crypto came when it was literally a piece of trash, nothing. Literally a piece of trash. That was the actual big returns. Bang, bang. This is 600x, this is 100x. They're the returns, man. There was no industry. Now that there's an industry, you're getting nothing. You're learning the hard way, friends. You're learning the hard way. Being early is everything. That's why I keep telling you, I am hunting for contrarian, deep depression, schizophrenic, mental health inducing coins and crypto assets. I am not going to be the sucker at the end of the table when these cycles are done, wishing that I had taken more risk. I'm not going to be that sucker. I'm never going to be that sucker because I've learned from the giants who've come before us, friends. We stand on their shoulders. People who buy on the tippy top of green weekly, monthly candles, they're not going to make it. On average, they're not going to make it. They're going to feel good. They're going to feel good most of the time. But guess what ends up happening? They end up with less. I want to feel bad most of the time, but end up with more. You got to decide what you want to do. The weekly super trend, it's still blue, but like it doesn't move. We got to wait. Okay. The critical area is 23,500. I like that everybody's lost their minds, but can you even really be sure of anything? Here's a display of different quarterly results of Bitcoin on average. So we can see here the 3rd quarter, it's usually absolute garbage. I mean, you've even had it -40% here, -10%, -9%, -22%, -2%, -17% last. Oh, this is what oh wow, this is what we've been this year. Oh my gosh. We are absolutely trash, guys. Oh wow. Like, this is the sad part. Our results, the downside is staying, but you're getting no upside for it. You know, so every time you lose, yeah, you're losing -17% in this quarter, but your upside isn't 480% anymore. It's not 80% anymore. It's not 50, 200% anymore. You're having these, wow, 168%. By the way, this was zombie virus because we went down so much. Zombie virus here. Look what we got. +5, -14. Yay. That's atrocious. So I guess if you want to look at it, the glass half full, yes, Q4 is usually good, but look, don't put too much weight in these. What's good mean? Because they go +5%, isn't that great? You can tell, friends. You can tell this game, if you look at it monthly or even by year, you're not going to make it. Because I'll tell you right now, how many times in crypto have you seen a disappointing year? Exactly. 3 out of 4 times. It's always a disappointing year. Hell, it's always a disappointing year. So you really got to stretch it out. Look, you don't have to. You can keep thinking in these short-term mindsets, but you're going to keep getting the same results. I'm even hearing Mr. Lil Don Diablo. I have no faith in Link or trust in the price action after 3 years. I'm capitulating worse than Palatine, all in Hexagon. Yes. Look, we all feel like that everywhere. We know it's not about the individual coins. We're linked to the crypto cycle. We're linked to Bitcoin and Ethereum's liquidity. And speaking of links, would you like to think about the broken link between BitBoy and the rest of the crew on his channel? BitBoy channel has renamed to Discover Crypto. Ben now has a channel, just Ben Armstrong. He said Ben Armstrong is dead. He says BitBoy is dead. He actually killed himself off as a main character, which is getting killed off. It's kind of fascinating. The writers like make him kill off and come back. But now I want to show you as well. So the BitBoy channel made a video. You can go through it yourself. They basically show what was going on. There's a lot of allegations straight from Ben's mouth and their mouths. And it's going to be a bit of a... It's going to take a while because we're in the then they fight you phase with the government. I just never thought that we would also start fighting amongst each other like this. So it's going to be interesting to see how if they can turn it around, what everybody's going to start doing to rebuild the brand. You know, they might even get minus 95% less viewers because it's just going to be something new. You have all these people waiting to see, are they even going to have jobs in a few years? Like, this is just, it's a very rough situation. See, everyone bleeds. If you're in the industry and you don't even, let's say you're fully in stable coins, but you're working in the industry, guess what? You get affected. The price reflects everybody. When we see these prices go down, it reflects everyone and everything in the ecosystem of crypto. And you're always going to find those people who are like doing great, but guess what? Karma eventually gets them. You know how I know? I remember 2018, 2019, 2020, when everybody who was bragging through the misery of everybody else, guess what? They ain't around anymore. So you can take from that what you want. And if we just zoom in to everybody's faces, we can see like it does look like a funeral for everything. The crypto industry, the price action, everything. We have to now look for a brighter future tomorrow. And this is the Cardano chart. Pretty much every chart looks like this. You just put on a linear chart. Everything's, yes, down to the floor, going down, down, down. We are significantly underpriced. If we look at total 3, which is the total altcoin index, you can see everything's got the same basic chart hanging around here. These are monthly candles, right? I think it's also important, friends, if you want to check out, everybody's been worried about like this Binance fight in the background. I just feel like everybody's so bearish at these lows, and I've never seen everybody be right. Have you? Have you ever seen anybody like get their massive big predictions correct? Probably not. Binance make billions of dollars. I guess we'll see what happens after this. But, you know, these types of chart patterns, a lot of people, because they see a gap here, they think, well, yeah, you've got nothing below you. But yeah, but have you ever thought that maybe Binance, the BNB coin, is backed by multiple billions of dollars of profit from everybody degen trading still? You ever thought about that? Like, what does this chart level have anything to do with that? But still, the market sometimes likes to poke it out, see what happens, and then maybe continue. Obviously, I personally, get your money off the exchanges. Don't take the risk. It's not worth it. You need to be able to sleep. Like, the red candles are bad enough as it is. Just, you don't want to add any extra risk. So once it's just the mindset, the flare, the FUD going around in one area, don't be involved in things that you don't have to be. And this is the PulseX Pulse ratio chart. So with a straight back, you will also be learning that ratios really do matter, because many, many months ago, I said that most likely PulseX to Pulse ratio, right, will be a sentiment indicator of risk on, up, or risk off, down. Where did I get this from? ETH BTC and the Uni ETH ratio. You can use them, friends. It is what it is, okay? So as a risk off indicator, we're going straight down, 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 down. Just basically, yes, there's not enough hunger for people taking on risk. The ratio is down to 0.2598. It is in the buy zone, but you can decide what you want to do, because I just personally, I still would never like going, oh, just collect one thing all by itself. So for example, let's say you had like $500 to put in. Do you put, you know, $500 in PulseX or Pulse? Well, technically in this range here, you should do straight PulseX. But still, I will do 50-50. Why? It's just, when it comes to these ratios, you never know which paper hand is lurking around the corner. You just never know. They'll always shock you and surprise you. Sometimes they need to do a bit around the bottom and take some time. And really, at the end of the day, it's not going to impact your portfolio if you participate in this. It's not going to impact you too much. But what does happen is you lose a lot of mental health. That's what ends up happening if you keep getting things wrong and wrong, because we're so used to just taking losses now. You're still not numb to it, but it's hurting. So you want to put as many wins under your belt as you can, and being protected is basically winning in this market. So PulseX does look very weak next to Pulse, unfortunately. Still has a lot of weak hands. How many weak hands you say? Just one. That's right, just one. So I just want to let you know, we watch the price action with a lot of these, and I read a lot of comments and see everybody posting. Thank you very much, everybody who does do these posts. I'd like you to know, friends, that so when you see PulseX go down, so we look at this PulseX chart. This is a daily chart, okay? I really recommend just put on a monthly. I know, put on a monthly. Because I notice when we... Oh my God, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 red monthly candles so far. Oh my gosh. So when things make a little new low on the daily chart, they look like, uh-oh, there's nothing under the floor ever. But like I can show you thousands of examples where things like this are literally the low point. On Ethereum, on Bitcoin, where just if you zoom in, there's never any grace. You put on a monthly chart, you take a longer term time frame, that at least it helps you with your mentality. I want you to know that when it comes to these types of price action, it really is always just a few select people. It's not like, oh, well, there's like 8,000 people leaving. No, it's one big person who overinvested, who's now just capitulating. This is a US dollar amount. He's 17K, 17K, 18K. So each clip, he's just selling billions and billions and billions each time. So 2, 10, like, you know, heaps of billions of PulseX. Last time we checked, he had 63 billion PulseX left. So are they going to get rid of it? Maybe not. You know, a lot of these people, I know, I've seen what they do, friends. So luckily we got to watch the price action. What they'll do is they'll capitulate anywhere from 30% to like 70%. All right. So they actually just smack out. And then they just wait and do nothing. And what I think is going to happen is as it goes back up, they're going to buy back in with it. Yeah, so that kind of tells you, right, why are they selling? Why are most of these people selling? In the moment, they'll tell you they're selling to exit. But if you look at their future action, which we don't know yet until the future plays out, when eventually they buy back in, you then conclude, wait a minute, you weren't selling to exit. You were selling just because you felt really, really, really bad, and you were just compelled to take your money. So you had the fear contagion. And that's okay. That's what people do. But this is the game. This is the game. That's why they always say with markets, the biggest boss you'll ever face is actually yourself. You're wrestling yourself, you know. So this is something important to keep in mind. And, you know, just for general markets, you do want to see just one person. So if these little S's, this is just every time you click sell. It's just like sell, the whole part. You want to see less people rather than more. Because if it's just like a few big people, you know, okay, once we're done, we can continue up the road to heaven. But it is what it is. I mean, we're on the 4th red monthly candle, same as the rest of crypto. I guess we're just going to see how it goes from here. Make sure you like, subscribe, press the bell button, and all. Appreciate every single one of you. Going to catch you in the next one.